Hello, everybody. I am back. I, my computer, blue screened, which is fun. That's always nice. That's always really fun and nice and fun. And did I mention fun and nice? But we're back. We're running it back. We were trying to get rid of Killian Hayes. We were trying to find a decent trade for getting rid of Killian Hayes. We were looking at some stuff, but we hadn't decided on anything yet because we were really getting into the meat and the potatoes of the whole thing. So let's see if we can't find something that I really like. We found some trades that we could do that are not terrible. We've also found a lot of terrible trades, but we found some decent ones. Darius Baisley, huh? You only have 1 year left on your contract. You're not that good. You can shoot from inside. You can shoot from the three. Your defense is mediocre. Your IQ is terrible. Your potential is not very good. But we would only have you for a year, so it's kind of a trade-off. We're getting some of the similar trades. This is an insane trade. Just give up both of your good centers for absolute garbage. There's no way I'm making this trade. We gotta have at least some semblance of a fair trade here. Absolutely no way that's happening. A lot of similar trades going on. Maybe if we add Marvin Bagley, we get something different. We could get Derek White and Grant Williams. Maybe we could swap out Grant Williams for Danilo Gallinari or something instead of... I don't really want Grant Williams, but he can shoot the three. But a 6'6" power forward is not really my tempo. He can't play defense that well. But Derek White is very good and could be a very good sixth man for us. But at $17 million a year, I don't know if we want to pick up his contract, but at the very least, getting rid of the two main guys that we want to get rid of is probably a good pickup. This is an insane trade. Absolutely no way. Zubats could be a very good... He's their starting center. So, but we would play him at the sixth man. There's no way we would start him. Which would probably make him upset. So we probably won't do this. And especially since I don't want Eric Gordon. Again, Tyus Jones, not a terrible pickup. Could be a good sixth man for us. Zaire Williams. I haven't looked into you before. You have 3 badges. Seemingly a high potential. You can already shoot from inside in the mid-range. Not a great 3-point shooter. Decent defender. Decent athleticism. Low IQ, but really high potential. We could pick up a guy like Zaire Williams and then let him sort of develop off the bench while Tyus Jones picks up our sixth man position. This could be a very good trade for us, but we really don't need guards that much. We really need a starting forward, whether that's a 3, a 4, or both. As you could see in my previous rebuilds that I was showing you guys, a 3 and a 4 is really what we need to round out the team. Bojan is a good player, don't get me wrong, but he's on the tail end of his career. I'm okay with keeping him, but I would prefer to start somebody over him if possible. And we just need a good power forward that isn't Marvin Bagley. 37.5 million to do what? Not much, to be quite honest with you. No. Again, interesting trade. Probably not worth it for the Knicks. So I'm not going to do it. Jaden Hardy, Tim Hardaway. Kind of an interesting trade. I don't know if I'll do it. He's got Bs in pretty much everything. He's absolutely garbage at defense, but he has a decently high potential. That's 77 overall, round 2 pick, huh? Second round pick. Interesting. Probably not gonna go for this, especially since Tim Hardaway is so old and not very good. But his contract does get cheaper as it goes along, which is pretty nice. We could get Isaiah Jackson again. We don't need to trade all this just for Isaiah Jackson. We can make a smaller trade and just get him. We don't want Jalen Smith, so we don't need to have him. Larry Nance could be a good pickup for the forward position, but we don't really want him either. And like I said, you could always get Draymond Green, who has a 1-year contract and a player option, so he gets to choose if he comes back or not. But he does a little bit of everything. He's sort of, I like a guy who can run plays from the paint. He can play make, he can play defense, he can score when he needs to. But all that is also true of Denny Avdia, who has a much lower contract, so we don't really need to do that. I don't necessarily want to get rid of Isaiah Stewart, but I have before. As you saw, he was not in either of my other rebuilds. He's very easy to get rid of, as is James Wiseman, who we don't really need. He's not a terrible player. He is in real life, but in the game, he's a very good defender, very good rebounder. He's 7 foot tall. He's 21 years old. He has a good potential. And he's got 2 years on the contract, so he can make an impact for us in those 2 years, coming off the bench behind Jalen Duren, but we can also get somebody very good for him. We could get Drew Holiday and just have Jaden Ivey be our 6th man. Start Drew Holiday next to Cade Cunningham. That could be something. I don't know if that's a really good trade. I don't know if that's an even trade for us in the Bucks, but they would get another center, that's for sure. I'm not gonna take this, even though Drew Holiday is one of my favorite players. Or he was when he was on New Orleans. But this just doesn't really make sense for the Bucks. I don't know why they would do this. They were banking on their future, I guess. But this is not a good trade for them. Time Lord and Derek White. Now this is a more even trade. Again, we could maybe even play Jalen Duren at the 4, or we could just have 2 very good players coming off the bench. Because we wouldn't need to start either of these guys. I think maybe Derek White could be a good pickup from one of those other trades. Robert Williams is very good. And the Celtics did trade him in real life. He is on the Trailblazers now. But I don't know. Time Lord, that's a cheap contract for Time Lord. He could be a very good... These guys could round out our bench very well. But neither one of them really plays at the position that we want them to play at. We want a 3 and a 4, essentially, primarily. We could get DeAndre Hunter, but I really don't want to. This says 1 year for Clint Capella, but then he has a 3-year contract. But if you simulate through the season, or you go to the end of the season, he becomes a free agent. So maybe he really does have a 1 year, or an option, or something. I don't know what's going on there, but we don't need D'Angelo Russell. Christian Wood has already been a Piston, and that did not work out too well for him. For a year, he was a Piston. It was sort of the start of his breakout year, and then he's been playing much better ever since, as is the case of anybody who's ever been a Piston for a year. Spencer Dinwiddie, Chris Middleton, pretty much anybody the Pistons have gotten rid of would go on to become a much better player. Michael Porter Jr. is an interesting trade. And you still get Peyton Watson, who is on both of my other rebuilds, my test rebuilds. Michael Porter Jr. is interesting. He is at the position that we want him to be in. He's a good player. He has a 4-year contract with an additional 5th-year option. So he could be a long-term mainstay on the team, or if he ends up getting worse or not playing to our level of expectation, he can go away with a high trade value. And he still has an even higher potential. He's only 24. He could get even better, but he does have a high contract. But he could be this could be a good trade. Maybe not from our end. We might be able to give them something that makes more sense, like Bojan Bogdanovic and Killian Hayes. I feel like that would be a more agreeable trade alongside some picks, but again, this is a good trade if we choose to do it, but neither one is a long-term stay. Jeremy Grant was on the Pistons in the offseason before this, and both of these guys do play at the positions that we want them to play at, but I don't know if we really need Jeremy Grant for 1 year, and I'm not sure. Although, I guess technically he did play for Detroit for 2 years before this, but I don't really know. I don't think we need him, or we could get Denny Avdia again in a different way. I'm not really sure what the best option for us is, but there's a lot of stuff that I like to see. I'm thinking of the biggest ones that I was thinking of are this trade. Malik Monk and Terrence Davis, as well as this is not a terrible trade. Isaiah Joe is very good. There was another one that I enjoyed that I can't remember who was a part of that. Was it Bojan maybe? Getting Tyus Jones is not a terrible idea either. Was it Marvin Bagley? We could get Derek White off the bench. Not a terrible trade. This trade right here is kind of interesting to me. Tyus Jones could be our 6th man. Zaire Williams is a project that could get better as time goes along. He's got several years left on his rookie contract. Out of Stanford, very smart. Not that smart though, but relatively smart. High potential though. Very high potential. I'm not sure what I want to do here. Don't want Draymond Green. You can, I've done it before, you can get Paul George and Draymond Green, but it is not. We could just straight up trade Bojan for Derek White. That might be a better trade for us. And then we could still get somebody decent at the 4. Gordon Hayward, $30 million. No, thank you. That seems like a lot of money. Bojan does not have very good value. Even though he's a good player with a relatively low contract, even KCP has higher value than him, which makes sense. The Chris Boucher. What are you about? You can shoot the three, you can play inside. Really good post defense, really good rebounding, terrible perimeter defense, which is not what you want to see out of a power forward. But we could switch you over to center. You're 29, so you're not going to get better. You will only get worse. We're an NBA champion 2 years in a row? What team did you play on? Oh, you were on Golden State, huh? I forgot you were on Golden State. I've only known you as a Raptor. Interesting. Not a terrible pick for maybe a year, and then we'd see what he's like at the trade deadline. Not the worst trade in the world, but I feel like we can get something a little bit better for us. Kevin Knox was on the Pistons in real life, and I don't want to talk about it. He's horrendous. Chris Middleton could return to his roots. I don't think that's what we want. This is an insane trade. We could start Malcolm Brogdon and Cade Cunningham, or we could start Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, and then just have extremely good guards for no reason. I don't think we need that. Or we could just straight up get Paul George and Brandon Boston Jr. It's so hard not to take Paul George because of his... He fits the team's needs. He fits the team's identity. He has a big contract, but it goes away in just a couple of years. While everybody is still on all the rest of our core players are still on their rookie contracts. It's just so hard not to try and make a trade for Paul George. Although I usually end up trading Bojan and Marvin Bagley for Paul George and saving James Wiseman for his value here, his 3-star value. You can get some better bench players for yourself. But this straight up right here is not a bad trade at all. This is a good trade. That is very hard to neglect. It's hard to look away from. This is an insane trade. Cam Johnson has 1 year left on his contract. Ben Simmons still has 3 years, and he's not very good, but his potential is still very high. He still has like an 88 potential or something like that. And he can play at any position. You can put him at the power forward if you want, or the point guard. You could have him be your 6th man. You could start him. He's still good, even though he's a 78 overall. He ends up, usually in my simulations, he usually ends up crawling back into the low 80s, sometimes even reaching 90 overall once again, which is insane. So it would be a huge gamble to take this, and I don't know if I would want it, but we would be trading straight up for the pieces that we want. We would just be trading a small forward for a small forward and a center for a center. We would take on like $12 million in cap room, but I'm not against it. Kevin Porter Jr., isn't he in jail right now? I don't want DeAndre Ayton. No thanks. He's got to be 7 foot tall. 6'11"? Are you kidding me? Jalen Duren's listed at 6'11". He's really like 6'9". This is also an interesting trade. Like I said before, Isaiah Joe is very good. Luguentz Dort is a very good two-way player. He's decent on offense. He can shoot the ball, but he's a very good defender. But he's only 6'4". He does have a high potential though and a high IQ. He's a young two-way player. He could start for us because our team is so bad. I'm not taking I almost called him Rudy McDaniels. I'm not taking Rudy Gobert, but I will. Jaden McDaniels is a good pickup. I think he has 2 years left on his rookie contract. If we could get Jaden McDaniels by himself, that would be a great pickup. Andrew Wiggins is interesting. I don't think he's a great two-way player, but he is actually a great two-way player. What am I talking about? He's actually quite good. With a huge contract, however, he would be on the team for a while unless he gets really bad and we decide to dump him. But Kevon Looney, great defensive center, despite his height. Good defense, A+ rebounding. He's gonna stay at 78 overall forever, but James Wiseman could become a Warrior again. I'm not against that. Let me just see if there's any different trades with... This is interesting. Harrison Barnes for a year. So we get rid of some cap room. We get a 6th man for the next couple of years. And Harrison Barnes, and he's probably a more reliable veteran than Bojan Bogdanovic. Bojan can shoot, and Bojan can pass, and I think that's about it. He's a decent defender, but he's not the best. Harrison Barnes is pretty much a B in everything. He's more spread out around the board. And Malik Monk is very good. That's an interesting trade. Have Harrison Barnes? Jonathan Isaac is not very good. Kenyon Martin Jr., huh? No thanks. I don't think Norman Powell is going to be what's going to save us. But who knows? Who knows? Gary Harris has a $13 million contract right now to come off the 4th string on Orlando. That's insane. Why? That's actually not what we want at all. Draymond Green again. I just really want to give us Draymond Green. I don't think so. I don't think we need Draymond Green. I'm gonna see if we can't. We could trade Jaden Ivey. No. Jaden Ivey, no. I don't want to get rid of Jaden Ivey. Could we get Keldon Johnson? Just looking for people who we might be able to fill out our... Can we get a better Isaiah Joe pick? Just straight up for Marvin Bagley and a couple of picks. That might be what we go with. Or we could offload some smaller guys. Could we get Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels? No, but we could get Jaden McDaniels probably. If we pick up Mike Conley's massive contract for a year, we could give them... We would actually be saving money if we did this, which is insane. We could have our 6th man, Mike Conley, 35 years old, and then Jaden McDaniels for a couple of years. I don't know if it's really worth it, but he's a very good player. Very good two-way player, which is exactly what we want. Or we could give them Alec Burks. Free up even more cap room. That's an insane trade. What about Naz Reid? He only has 1 year on his contract, though. I don't know if that's worth it. Naz Reid, huh? Nah. That Jaden McDaniels trade is actually really interesting, though. For Mike Conley, this is a trade that I've never made for the Pistons, or at all, because I only ever play as the Pistons in this game. Or an expansion team. This is an interesting trade. It's a pretty even trade. They get Killian Hayes for 3 more years. We get Bojan for 3 years. They improve. And we improve. And it's a very similar cap space. You know what? I'm going to get Jaden McDaniels and Mike Conley on the team. What an insane trade. What is his number? Isn't his number like 7 or something? Also, we'll give him his real life air. Mike Conley is our 6th man. He might be 6th man of the year. Look how good he is. He's a very good player. Mike Conley, one of the most underrated point guards of all time. On Memphis, on the Jazz. He didn't even play a game on the Wolves in this universe, but he is on the Wolves in real life right now, making a playoff run. Phenomenal trade, actually. I really like that trade for us. Now we got to find a way to dump Marvin Bagley. We need a power forward that I can trust. We could start Isaiah Stewart, to be quite honest with you. If we keep him, if we decide to keep him, but we need to get rid of this man right here. Bol, maybe. Bol, maybe. Kelly Olynyk could be a Piston again. Nobody wants Marvin Bagley. What about Marvin Bagley and Hamidou Diallo? We could get Corey Kispert. Not a bad trade. None of these trades are things that I want. Cameron Thomas. Holy cow. Cam Thomas. Because he's not good yet in this season. I mean, he's got 3 years on his rookie contract, but we'd have to pick up Joe Harris. I don't know if I want to do that, even though we did do that in real life, because fuck Troy Weaver. Bol and Chuma Okeke. Or Okeke. Okeke is a very good defensive player. Bol, not the best player in the world, but could come off the bench for us. Malik Monk, again. We can get a good 2 guard. Maybe he could be our 6th man. Mike Conley is getting played $20 million to be our 7th man. That would be crazy. Have we played a game yet? No. My computer blue screened. I had to restart the stream. But we did make our... We have finally, after an hour and a half, made one trade. We traded... we traded Jaden McDaniel, or we traded Killian Hayes and Bojan Bogdanovic for Jaden McDaniels and Mike Conley. So now they're starting. Now they have Jalen Noel starting and Bojan Bogdanovic starting. But I think it was a pretty even trade for us. They lost a veteran presence, but gained a veteran presence. We lost a veteran presence, but gained a veteran presence, and got a very good 2-way player. He's a little bit good at a little bit of everything. So I'm okay with that trade. I didn't think that's not a trade I've ever made for us, so that's good. Now we're trying to get rid of Marvin Bagley because he's not very good, and he's getting paid a lot of money to be not very good. So we're trying to figure out a way to dump his ass. And so far, we haven't found it yet. Maybe RJ Hampton can help in the trade. They just really want to give us Derek White for some reason. We could just get into Sean Highland and Robert Covington again. I'm not opposed to having those guys on the team. Start Isaiah Stewart. Bones could be our third string point guard once again. Not a terrible trade. I'm not against it. This is also a good trade, but it's not really speaking to me. This is a phenomenal trade. I might just do this, but then we have to figure out a way to get power forward. But there's not very many good starting power forwards here. Let me see if we can't find a power forward that we like, that we can trade for. Julius Randle, they are selling at all times. We could straight up replace. We would take on a ton of money. We would lose a first round pick, but we would have Julius Randle for 3, potentially 4 years if he accepts his player option, and Mitchell Robinson for 4 years. But we would take on a bunch of money, $18 million. And I don't know if Julius Randle really fits the Pistons system, but he is a good offensive player. He's a good defensive player. He's a little bit good at a little bit of everything. He can pass. The biggest issue with Julius Randle is if he can if he can stay healthy enough to play the game of basketball, which is usually the answer is no. But that is a good trade for us. James Wiseman and Marvin Bagley. That might be a good trade. We would love to get Kristaps Porzingis, but I don't think that's gonna happen. We could get Aaron Gordon. We could get Aaron Gordon. Let me do a player comparison here between Aaron Gordon and Julius Randle. Julius Randle is obviously a better player right now on the Knicks. I don't know if he's a better player in our system. They're the same age, same height. Julius Randle has a longer wingspan and way more marketability. Aaron Gordon can jump out of the gym, but other than that, Julius Randle is better than him at everything, I think. Pretty much. Actually, not pretty much. He is better than him at everything except for dunking and blocking. Julius Randle, we might pick up Julius Randle for Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley, and who was it? James Wiseman. Let's see who we can get just straight up for James Wiseman first. One of the best bench players in the league, and Montrezl Harrell. We can get Bobby Portis, which is exactly what we want. He's listed at center, but he can play. He's a very good shooter. He can play at the 4. He's a terrible perimeter defender. He could be our bench center. Jay Crowder could play at the 4 as well. This is an insane trade. Nobody's making this trade in real life. Walker Kessler, they just drafted him. He's very good for that team. This is also an insane trade. There's no way they're giving up Jalen Brunson. The one person on the Knicks that they would get rid of is Julius Randle, because he doesn't play anyway, because he's always injured. We could get 2 really good centers. Precious could play at the 4. He's only 6'8", and he can kind of shoot the ball. And it would be phenomenal. Someone should make a roguelike basketball franchise simulator. They should. You know why? There's a hockey roguelike that I own that I have not played yet, that I've been kind of interested in. If there was a basketball one, that would be phenomenal. Also, speaking of Precious, this man, he's like one of 7 kids or some bullshit. Their names are all like this. They're all like Precious. I think the girls are like Grace and Faith, but the boys are like Praise Be with an apostrophe after the E. They have insane names. Let me look them up. I was reading up on this man the other day. His siblings' names are actually insane because his parents are like evangelicals or something. Oh, he's got an his siblings are Grace and Peace are his sisters, but the boys are Precious, and then all of the other 3 boys, which makes 6 kids, are God's Gift with one word with an apostrophe in it, God's Will, one word with an apostrophe in it, and Promise. Those are, and of course Precious, Achua. That's just, what a family. What an insane naming convention to give your kids. But not a terrible trade. I actually kind of like this trade. Jakob Poeltl and Precious Achua. Just straight up could trade for Naz Reid. I think the best thing that we're gonna get here is Julius Randle. Although Aaron Gordon is not a bad pickup either. Nor would a guy like Danny Avdia is way down here because he's not the best, but he becomes the best. Well, he becomes decent. Julius Randle for James Wiseman and Marvin Bagley. We just straight up improve for a long time. I just think this is a better pick. The sound effects are so loud in my ears. I don't think they're that loud for you guys, but they're pretty loud for me. A starting lineup of Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey, Jaden McDaniels, and Jalen Duren. There's a lot of Aylens, and then Julius Randle. With Mike Conley coming off the bench at $22 million a year, that's pretty good. And then we can get rid of some of these other guys. We can honestly keep Isaiah Stewart, but we got to get rid of Corey Joseph. We could even keep Alec Burks, but we got to get rid of some of these guards. We got to get rid of some of these guys. Isaiah Livers, I think we can just straight up trade for. I think Peyton Watson is always a good pickup. He's got a long contract. He's a young guy. He's a rookie, which is why his contract's so long. And then we can actually switch him right on over to the small forward because he gets better. We can also change his number in here. We'll make him number 14. Yeah, and look at that. His overall goes up when you switch him. Hamidou Diallo, very athletic player. We don't need him, though. Corey Joseph, I think we can trade for our third string center. Usually I get a guy like Bruno Fernando, but there are other options. Although Bruno Fernando is usually the best option that we can get from this guy. We might be able to get a better trade. I'm just looking for centers in this trade. No. I think we should just trade him for. I think Bruno Fernando is fine. He's going to be on the team for a while. He's consistent. He doesn't get much better, but he's a consistent guy. RJ Hampton can go. Rodney Magruder can go. We could just trade for BBJ and a second round pick. That would be fun. Najee Marshall's also a good pickup, although we don't need him on this team. There's Sandro again. All of these guys are horrendous, but we could get a guy like Javon Carter to be our third string, although we don't really need or want him. What can we get for Rodney McGruder? Can we get a third string center that I'm not, or a third string anybody that I'm not? We could get Rudy Gay, although we don't really want to pick up that much capital on this team. None of these are speaking to me, so they can stop talking. What about both of these guys? No, 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 no. Malachi Flynn dropped a 50 piece for the Pistons in real life this season, which is very funny. For a very bad player. Let me look at our roster and see what we actually want. We want to bench 3, and that's about it. So if we could trade, honestly, Hamidou Diallo is not a terrible guy to keep for a year. He's only got 1 year left on his contract. I don't see anybody we would trade him for. Maybe Lindy Waters, maybe Gary Payton. Probably not Gary Payton. We could also trade Alec Burks. He is good for us, and his capital does go away. And we did trade him in real life, but I don't think there's a guy that we could get PJ Washington for only a year, though. Not exactly what we want. If we want to get a young guy, we want to get him on a long-term contract. We could just get KCP back on the Pistons for not much of a difference in terms of capital. Or we could just dump a bunch of money to the Raptors, give them Alec Burks, and just free up some cap space for next season. We could just go Lindy Waters. I don't know if I like any of these trades. Let's just try to dump somebody for somebody. Honestly, Derek Jones Jr. could be a good pickup for us. Honestly, give me Rudy Gay. Fuck it. We don't need... He's not going to get that many minutes, but that's fine. RJ Hampton for Gabe Vincent, huh? We do need a third string point guard, but I could always sign John Wall or Kemba Walker or somebody for free agency. I don't know what I'm doing. We don't necessarily need to get rid of anybody. I do kind of want to get rid of Hamidou Diallo just because he is disturbed. He hates it here. He hates me. He hates the world. Maybe if we could get rid of him and RJ Hampton, we could get a good deal somewhere. We could get Isaiah Joe and Lindy Waters. I think I'm going to do this and then get rid of... Honestly, we can get rid of Alec Burks if that is the case. Or we could keep him. Or we could play him at the 3. He's a good defender. We could just keep him and play him at the 3. I think that might be what we do here because we don't really need to get rid of him just to be on the team for a year. We also don't have any good trades to really get rid of him for. Nick Richards is an insane trade. There's just not that many good small forwards that we really need to get on our team here. We could get Jayshawn Tate, but I don't think he's worth it. Gary Payton, also not really worth it. Yeah, let's just change his vitals to shooting guard small forward, and we'll keep him on the team. How many guys do we have? We have 14 players. Let's get rid of some cap room. Let me make sure there's nobody still on the team that I don't want. Everybody is somebody that I want. If I change your primary to small forward, do you get worse? Do you actually get better? That's insane. Okay, and then we can just sign a point guard. And it's gonna be, it's probably gonna be John Wall. Just because I like John Wall. So now we have, start Jaden McDaniels. Mike Conley and Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench. We have an insane team here. Peyton Watson and Lindy Waters. That's fine. We'll put you power forward, small forward, because that's what you are. And we'll just make sure that everybody has decent numbers here. Nobody's messed up. We will make John Wall. I like making him number 8 because the Pistons, he really wears number 1. We could make him number 11. How does that look? Actually, I don't think we can make him number 11. I think that number's taken. I think that number's also retired. Somebody's wearing number 8. Isaiah Joe. You can be 24. And let me just make sure nobody... Bruno Fernando's 24. You don't need to be 24. You can be 40. You can be 25. Look at that. Now we have nobody overlapping numbers. Perfect. Now we've built up a pretty decent team. We have... some really good players on this team here. Isaiah Stewart is not getting any minutes. That's a problem. Let's play you guys a little bit less. Let's go 32. Cade Cunningham can play the whole game. Let's give you 10 minutes. Well, let's give you 8 minutes, I think. Let's give Isaiah Joe 10 minutes, and then we'll just give... We'll give Julius Randle 36 minutes, why not? And then everybody else, I think, is good. Let me... Oh my god, that's so loud in my head. Let me go into training mode here. Freestyle. And shoot around with some of these guys that I've never played with before. Jesus Christ, that's so loud in my ears. I don't know if that's loud for you guys, but... maybe we can... lower the sound effects volume. A little bit. The squeaky shoes and basketball noises are a little overwhelming. Julius Randle has a very easy shot. He's left-handed. Just take a little bit of time. But he's a very good dunker. What are his post moves like? Not the best post fade. A very easy post hook. Easy step back. Easy step back. A little baby spin. So many basketball noises. This is so strange to play the game with the sound on, by the way. I don't play the game with the sound on. Pretty easy guy to make plays with, honestly. A little hop step. Basketball ASMR. Honestly, should I turn the BGM off for the actually playing the basketball game? Oh, I forgot to look at where he's cold from the entire right side of the floor. That's rough. Oh, he really is. The biggest thing about Julius Randle is that we don't want him to get hurt. He gets hurt in real life all the time. So if he gets hurt in the game, we're kind of screwed. But we still have Isaiah Stewart and Rudy Gay, so it's not that bad, but it could be bad. Since he's technically our best player until Cade Cunningham gets a little bit better. Mike Conley, I have never used in this game before. I used to play him on Memphis in the Jazz and stuff. He's very good IQ, A- IQ. Very good defender, very good playmaker, good shooter. Can shoot from the mid-range. Also a lefty, which I forgot about. Because Mike Conley always plays for teams that don't get TV spots very often. But he's seems to be very good. Or very easy to shoot with on my part. He doesn't seem to be very good. In real life, he is very good. You don't maintain your starting position at 35 as a 6'1" point guard if you're not very good. So he's very good. But here we go. Easy shot. Kind of funny layup there. Let's see. He just kind of walks up, doesn't he? Decent dribble moves. Okay. Jaden McDaniels is a guy I've never used. Oh my god, he does not shoot quickly. But it is a very easy shot. That's out. And he gets a lot of space with his step back. Oh yeah. If I could time it right. Easy. Okay. No, I didn't get it. There we go. The Jaden McDaniels Mike Conley trade might be the best thing for us. I think that might have been inspired. Since Jaden McDaniels is so young and so good already. So good at defense. So good at... Not as consistent on offense, but still pretty good on defense. You'll definitely see my stick drift playing this game. As stuff like that will happen. Or I'll just randomly start dribbling to the left. See, I'm not holding the controller. He just kind of... That just kind of happens. Kind of have to fight against my own controller to play this game, but I'm still doing it. Guys that I haven't really used. Mitchell Robinson cannot shoot. Or maybe he can. He cannot shoot threes. That green... But he can shoot from the mid-range. At 7'6", something. He's got to be like 7'2". How tall are you? 7 foot? No. He's 7'2" for sure. Not very athletic, but can block. Can shoot, can dunk. D mid-range, but they still go in. Isaiah Joe is just one of the best shooters that you could pick up for your team. Him and Corey Kispert. If you can get him or Corey Kispert, you don't really need them both on your team, but they are... Whenever I get them on my team, they usually end up leading the league in three-point percentage. And Corey Kispert is happier with a bench role than Isaiah Joe is for some reason, even though Isaiah Joe plays off of the bench in real life for the Thunder. But he's buckets. Alec Burks, I always trade away. I don't really know what his shot is like, but... There we go. I'm okay with keeping Alec Burks on this rebuild because I never do it. And we have the space for him. And the cap space. We have the position space and the player space. They're the player space and the money space, so... He's got a very easy shot as well. Him and Isaiah Joe might be a rough pairing off the bench. They might give other teams the works. All right. Can you dunk? I mean, I assume you can dunk. Oh yeah, you can dunk. Are you a Pistons fan? I am a Pistons fan. Unfortunately for me. That's why we gotta rebuild them from the ground up. I'm so sorry. Yeah. It's because, look, I went on my rant about the Pistons front office earlier on the first portion of the stream. But we actually kept... This is... Usually I get rid of a lot more players off the bench. And by a lot more, I mean all of them, except for maybe I keep Isaiah Stewart and maybe I keep Diallo. But this time we kept Hamidou Diallo, we kept... Or not Hamidou Diallo. We kept Isaiah Stewart, we kept Alec Burks. We kept a couple of guys. But we picked up some solid veterans, we picked up some other young guys, and I think... This is a realistic rebuild, and probably a little bit more realistic than some of my other ones. I do think my other rebuild that I showed you guys at the beginning with Denny Avdia and Corey Kispert and Paul George is a pretty realistic build. They all fill out the team's needs pretty well. Two-way players. But I think this team... Although we did get a little bit of extra cap space, we still have we have the most picks out of this third rebuild. We have better picks than the other two that I showed you before. We have all of our picks, essentially, and we got some new ones. We have some better players. We have less money, but not by much. Our biggest pickup is Julius Randle. If he doesn't break his own ankles on the court, then he's gonna be okay. I think I want Isaiah... I fucked this up. You can play 35 minutes. You can play 30 minutes. You can play 35 minutes. You can play 30 minutes. We have 12 minutes to give to somebody. I'll play Isaiah Joe 11 minutes. We'll give Mike Conley 18 minutes or 20 minutes. Why not? Let's give Isaiah Joe 12 minutes. Now, I know we have usually you want to, if you sim, you want to have like a 9 or a 10 deep team, but we're going to play this first game. And just see how it goes. Did I fire my... Okay, I did. I replaced all of the front office, which is good. Let's turn the chemistry back on. Now that our horrendous chemistry destroying trades at the beginning of the season. And let's see how it goes. First game up against the Magic. This is a pretty even team. Let's have a better... Let's just go straight up normal. Turn the reshade on, make sure the reshade's on, and then let's... Oh, before we do that, actually, let me double check my sound options here. Yeah, we'll keep the commentary off. PA volume low because it's loud. And then we will manually save just in case this crashes while I turn the BGM off. Okay. The game is in full screen, so when I click out of it, it just ends itself. All right. Let's play our first game after 2 hours. 2 hours of rebuilding. Let me go over one more time. We've gotten rid of all of the front office except for the CFO. Eric Brown for a year, because in the offseason next year we can sign a better GM. Benjamin Walker, an assistant coach. That we really good defense, really good potential, balanced system. Trent Peterson, really good offense to make up for Benjamin's defensive faults. Sign him for a couple of years. Just a phenomenal Cuba Gooding, not Junior, not the actor. Phenomenal scout, and just the best trainer available to us for a single year while we do this rebuild. In terms of our roster, we have Cade Cunningham, Mike Conley, and John Wall at the bench, or at the point guard position. John Wall, phenomenal sign. He's still good because he is, as you can see here, he was injured for a year. So this game just lists him as a free agent if you have the injury not available. So you can just sign him real easily. Low contract. He'll stay on the Pistons for the rest of his life, probably. Mike Conley, our sixth man, probably going to win Sixth Man of the Year. We could also even start one of these guys if Jaden Ivey gets hurt or something. We have Jaden Ivey, rookie, phenomenal rookie that Monty Williams and Troy Weaver hated for some reason. He barely played in real life the last 2 seasons because Killian Hayes played over him for some reason. I don't know why. We got Isaiah Joe, phenomenal three-point shooter. Lindy Waters coming off the reserve. He's not amazing, but he has won Community Player of the Year awards in real life the last like 2 or 3 years. He does be putting back to the community, so good for you, Lindy Waters III. We moved Alec Burks to the small forward, and he got better by 2. He's overall went up by 2. So I guess this is where he's meant to be. Jaden McDaniels, our starter, young guy. He's got a couple years on him. In real life, he's killing it right now in the playoffs on the Timberwolves. Peyton Watson is going to be really good in a few years, but for now, he's our reserve player. We traded for Julius Randle because the Knicks do not want him. We gave them James Wiseman, and Marvin Bagley, and they've probably got a more consistent team now, but we have the better player. I think it was a fair trade that worked out for everybody. As long as Julius Randle doesn't break his leg or something in this opening game. We kept Isaiah Stewart because I like Isaiah Stewart. I think he actually does fit what a Piston is very well. He's got grit. He's got a lot of hustle. He's got a lot of attitude. And I like that in a Piston for sure. So we kept him. And then we traded Rodney McGruder for Rudy Gay for a year. He's probably going to retire after this year. If not, he should. But he still lights out from the mid-range, so not a bad pickup. And then our centers, of course, Jalen Duren, who is only 18. He usually ends up becoming very good. Very, very good. We did pick up Mitchell Robinson's insane contract, but we might be able to dump him. We could keep him. We could win now, or we could dump him at the trade deadline. We'll see how it goes. And then we have Bruno Fernando for like 4 years because the Hawks do not want him, but he is consistently a 75 overall, which is what we want in a third string center. He's not going to fluctuate too much. He can block. He's pretty athletic. He can rebound. I think we've got the team identity pretty much sorted out. We wanted two-way players, so we got two-way players. And I think we're ready to go into our first game. Let's turn that reshade back on. No, we're not ready. We're not ready. We have to mentor some people. I think Jaden Ivey and John Wall are honestly a pretty good comparison. I think if anybody's going to mentor Jaden Ivey, it should be a guy like John Wall. Very fast, good handles, good around the rim. Give me Cade Cunningham. We'll have you be trained by Michael Conley. So I don't even know what to give you. We'll get your hyperdrive up. We'll give you ankle breaker. We'll give you floor general. Even though you already have floor general, you're gonna get it even quicker. Oh, actually, no. Instead of ankle breaker. Well, instead of floor general, since you already have it, it's probably gonna go up anyway. Let's give you mismatch expert because Cade Cunningham is 6'7" before the afro. He is huge to be playing at the point guard. Isaiah Stewart, you could probably learn a thing or two from a guy like Rudy Gay. Perfect for our team. A name perfect for our team. You could probably learn something from, I was going to say Julius Randle, but maybe not. Or maybe you can. Let's give you a couple of stuff from. We'll give you bully, post playmaker, and vice grip, so you will actually get the badge because of their gold. Jaden McDaniels, you could probably learn something from a guy like Alec Burks, maybe. I don't know. We're just doing stuff now. I do think you should probably have a mentor. Maybe we'll actually make you learn some stuff from Rudy Gay since you are a more comparable player. Isaiah Joe doesn't need a mentor. He's only 23, but he's very, very good. So, yeah. And do we still have a pick? We still have our second round. We haven't gotten rid of any picks. If we did, we traded them for the exact similar picks. I think we actually have extra picks now, which is nice. I don't know how the Pistons got their 2023 first round pick in real life, but we might be able to trade Mitchell Robinson at the end of the season for one. But let's play this first game. Let me show you the Magic's roster before we get into it. They have a lot of players that are very good, but they don't seem to play very well together. They have Markelle Fultz and Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony, usually in the running for a sixth man of the year. He's very good. Jalen Suggs usually gets a lot better. Gary Harris is getting $13 million for no reason. Franz Wagner, one of the best. new guys of his draft class alongside Paolo Banchero. They have Jonathan Isaac, who should be a lower overall because he does not really play in real life, but they still have Bol. He's not on the Suns yet. And then Wendell Carter Jr. and Mo Wagner, who is one of the better backup centers or backup bigs in general in the league in real life. He's quite good. But for now, let's beat their asses. I usually do very well. I'm probably going to play worse because I'm probably going to talk. But shut up, Ronnie 2K. Let me make sure my lineups are correct. Jaden McDaniels got a little bit better from chemistry. We'll play Alec Burks off the bench. Isaiah Stewart, Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Joe, and Mike Conley. And then we have John Wall as our third string point guard. That's actually insane. Actually insane. Look at our guys all suited up for the first game of the season. Let me know if the game is too loud or anything. As we get the basketball ASMR going. Julius Randle making his debut. Mike Conley doing his stretches in the background. Oh wait, that's Isaiah Stewart and he looks a little too happy about what he's doing. Let's not talk about it. David Aldridge, commentary's turned off so we can not hear you. But starting five for both teams is going to be a new lineup for both teams. Markelle Fultz and Michael Carter-Williams coming in for the first time. They have Markelle Fultz. They're starting Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero at the 4, and Wendell Carter Jr. We have Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren, as well as Jaden McDaniels, all in their first or second year in the league, alongside Julius Randle, who is a veteran at this point, even though his games played per season would not necessarily indicate that. But should we play, this is my question to you guys, should we play like how I actually play, or should we try to play a little realistic? Because usually I just blow teams out by 200 points, and I don't run plays that often, but we don't necessarily need to. I didn't mean to take a step back there, but I surprised myself. Julius Randle. Maybe I should make my head smaller or something. I don't know. I don't know if you can see the court, but I'm too busy playing the game to worry about that right now. A foul on Wendell Carter Jr. Look at this. Look at this layup. Also, look at... Okay, this is the game with the reshade on. You can see the court, just not the score. Do you want to see the score? But before that, this is with the reshade on. Look how good it looks. When I turn it off, look how bad the game looks. Look how oddly lit and textured the game is if you don't have a reshade on. It just looks horrendous. Jalen Duren makes both of his free throws. I'm commentating my own gameplay at this point. I thought about doing something similar. I might play one game and then do something similar to what I was talking about the other day about the watching the CPU versus CPU with the broadcast camera and setting up all that stuff. Jaden McDaniels! Oh! I missed. Jalen Suggs with the easy lay-in. Let's get Jaden McDaniels an easy lay-in. Look at this. Dunk on Franz Wagner. Jaden. The Pistons, I think he retired last year or the year before, but this announcer, I don't know if it's this guy, but the actual real life Pistons announcer he's like one of the best PAs in existence. He might have retired or died. I can't remember. Oh, I meant to skip past that to Jade McDaniels, but I messed up. So we're just gonna get the lob. Oh, never mind. Paolo Banchero with the easy interference here. Let's try to not foul Markelle Fultz. Let's do this. Would it be easier to see the game, I wonder, in this mode now that we're done with the simulation stuff? Would it be easier? I think you can see the score. I think you can see... Oh, you still can't see the score. That's so sad. That is so unfortunate. Let me make my head smaller, and then you can see the score. We'll just make we'll just be smaller. We'll just be smaller. Why not? We'll just be smaller. There we go. Let me see if you can see the score now. Yeah, there you go. You can also see my mouse on the screen. Oop, that was not a good shot. But that's okay. I was playing through OBS so I could see what was going on. See if you could see the screen. This might be insane to say this, but I think our weakest link on defense is actually Julius Randle. And he's not a terrible defender by any means. There we go. Now we can get the lob to Julius. There we go. How does that look? Does that look a little bit better? You can see the score in also the player information. I was looking at OBS again. I gave Markelle Fultz an open lane. My bad. Let's run a play. I never run plays. I've started running plays a little bit more as I've gotten more a bit into realistic basketball. What the hell was that? It was supposed to be a handoff, I think. I just misread the play. Look at Cade Cunningham and Julius Randle are the same height before the afro, before the hair. And he's the just like Monty drew up. No, if Monty drew it up, Killian Hayes would be out there instead of Jaden Ivey, and he would have the ball in his hands for 23 seconds and then turn it over in the 24th second as he tries to go up to James Wiseman or Marvin Bagley or some dumb shit. Although Marvin Bagley's on the Wizards now, I guess. But it wouldn't be good. Kevin Knox II would be out there playing 20 minutes a game or something. Cade Cunningham. You can also see how ADHD I am because I'm always pulling up the icons and I'm always pulling out the sub menus and shit. And I'm always doing this to check this, check the, let's put John Wall in. Check the, fatigue and stuff. I definitely break up the gameplay. Ah! Somebody said, look at me! I think Mo Wagner was calling to his brother. Mismatch. You're too small, little man. Give me the ball. We're playing a little bit more realistically when I'm not looking at OBS. Oh my god, no way. Jaden McDaniels blocking foul? No way. Absolutely not. I meant to look up Mitchell Robinson's actual number. Is his number really 44? I thought he had a different number. I was going to change it to his real number. Easy pump fake. Right over 2 men. Just the way he likes it. Let's go for you. I know how to do your running shot pretty well. Good job, Jaden. What's the over-under on me winning this game by 200 points while I'm streaming? Usually I have no sound, so this is new for me. Also, like, I've played like 600 hours of the game with no sound. I forgot how long his shot takes. So this is actually brand new for me. I haven't played the game with sound on since like 2K16 or some bullshit. And also, I'm usually not streaming when I play the game. I have music on, I have a stream in the background. Let's run the offense through Julius Randle. Get fucking crossed, Mo. Go back to Michigan. Fuck it, go back to Germany. Is he German? I don't even know. I'm also not a Michigan fan. I'm a Michigan State fan. So I don't know the intricate details of the Wagner family. Julius Randle's tired. Let's put Isaiah Stewart in. What are you saying about the dance team? I got a mod so that Isaiah Stewart has his real hair, kind of. It doesn't look as good as his real hair does in real life, but it's close enough. Oh, man. That was a tough shot. Good job, Franz. Let's get a pick and roll going. Throw it up to Jaden McDaniels. He didn't throw it down. He just did a little lay-in, but that's fine. That's okay. I'm not mad about that. Come here, Markel. What are you going to do? Drop the ball? Why are we double teaming him? He's not that good in the first quarter to be double teaming. That's what I mentioned, by the way. Let's pick and pop a little bit. Let's see if Isaiah Stewart can shoot. He can, but I fucked it up. My bad. Come here, Cole. Oh no. Oh, spin dunk from Jaden Ivey. Great passing on the team. I'm not fluffing myself at all on that one. That one was just good basketball. Oh my God, and a steal from John Wall. Athletic dunk. I think if John Wall actually went to the Pistons, his depression would have gotten a lot worse. I don't know if I should have said that out loud, but I did, so here it is. No. We'll take a timeout. I love 2K. All right, we're sending in Michael Conley, Isaiah Joe, and Alec Burks. We have an insane lineup, to be quite honest with you. They've put in Bol. Point guard Bol. They're booing Mitchell Robinson. First game of the year, first game as a Piston, they are booing his ass. You know what? I don't necessarily blame them. I was watching the Knicks play the other day, and he Looks a little funny when he runs. But it's only because he's 7 foot tall, like 300 pounds. It's not his fault. I messed up the release. Look at him go. Right back at you, Mo. Right back at you. Oh my god, he can't shoot free throws. I did it. Okay, I did it. Mike Conley, are you good at defense? You're good at defense. Can't steal the ball as well as Jonathan Walliam. There's a guy in the NBA. I think he's a free agent in this game right now. I don't think he's on a team in real life either. He might be in the G League for all I know, but he's definitely in the free agency menu. He is a real man, I believe. His name is Jonathan Williams. J-E-E Nathan. And that's a very unique name. All right, let's make up for our lost time here. Top of the key. Good pick and pop from Michael Conley. Straight to Isaiah Stewart. I believe in our boys. I think Mike Conley's going to be 6th man of the year this year. I don't know why he didn't opt out of his contract. But he is 35. Maybe he feels content with the time he's played in the NBA. He doesn't need all the minutes that he's gotten in the past. He can live with 20 minutes per game. No, I didn't mean for you to. I didn't mean to call this. Go away. Get rid of the ball. Just shoot it. We'll try again next time. Thank you, Isaiah Joe, for cutting on that one. I panicked. I wanted to get rid of the ball. The fact that it turned into points is just a bonus. All right. Jonathan Isaac, you are too big for Alec Burks to guard, so hopefully you don't remember how to play basketball today. I'm going in. Oh, man. Easy baseline drive. I could have gone to Alec Burks or Isaiah Stewart, and that would have been fine. Let me see how Mitchell Robinson's doing. He's doing all right. He's got more stamina than I was led to believe. Isaiah Stewart, you are a little bit small to be guarding Bol Bol, but Bol Bol's a little bit Bol to be worth guarding, so that's fine. All right. We're going to take you out. Let's put Bruno in. Bruno's going to save us. 75 overall. Bruno Fernando comes in for the Detroit Pistons. He might save the entire franchise. Who knows? He won't, but he could. But he won't. And I don't even think that he could, to be quite honest with you. But what he can do is catch the goddamn ball. Athletic big right there, Bruno Fernando. He cannot shoot. He cannot play defense, but he can jump. And that's all we need from him coming off the third string. Markelle Fultz. Bol, point forward, Bol. Oh no, Cole Anthony. He makes those. You don't want to let him have those too often. He can make those. Oh, we got Jonathan Isaac jumping out of the gym. Let's do it again. We know he's gonna jump. Easy peasy. Isaiah Joe cannot be stopped. His 5 points are gonna carry us to victory. What do you gotta do? What are you gonna do, Cole Anthony? Oh no. Caught on the screen by Jonathan Isaac. Thank God Markelle Fultz just front rimmed that for no reason. I can't believe he's done this. Mike Conley dusting his shoes, kissing Isaiah Stewart on the mouth for a little good luck, and he's gonna take these 2 free throws. He's gonna get one, and it's good. And there's gonna be a second one because that's how free throws work. And it's also good. Easy peasy. Oop. Bruno! Save me, Bruno! Oh. This is why we don't talk about Bruno. Give it back to Michael. Easy step back. Oh no, he missed. I thought that was an excellent release, but wasn't quite there. Thank God Isaiah Stewart is a little bit aware of his surroundings. You got 2 seconds, bro. Easy. 1/4 of basketball. Look at that. Jaden Ivey with the easy 3. John Wall stealing in the athletic dunk. This might be the team. We keep our core guys. We add a little bit of extra on top. And the Pistons go from nothing to something. And quite honestly, with all 3 of the rebuild teams that I have, including this one, if you include this one, it doesn't take much for the Pistons to get better. And yet, Troy Weaver and Monty Williams are holding us down. Oop, that was a terrible pass. Let's ISO Cole Anthony here. No way. Midi Magician. Cade Cunningham. No way he's not making that. I got caught on the screen. Oh no. Jaden's jumping. Just realized we have 2 Jadens, a Jalen, and a Cade. That's a lot. That's a lot of guys with a similar name. Oh no, Cole Anthony. He's doing moves, but that's too bad because Jaden Ivey's over here. And another make for Jaden McDaniels. Easy peasy. I didn't mean to do a step back, but I did a step back and it went in, so that's good. Ah. What just happened? Why was I was set running? I set myself running. Dive into the ground. Let's get a foul, maybe. Good try. Good effort. That was a tough layup. Maybe we could have pump faked or something to give us a better look. But Cade Cunningham just blocked the shit out of Paolo Banchero. He's too tall. He's just too tall. Oh no. I didn't see that angle. Wendell ruined my life. What's our fatigue looking like? McDaniels, do we have a replacement for you? You could put Rudy Gay in. I don't really want to put Rudy Gay in. We're just going to keep you in.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
The Orlando Magic out here with the Disney sponsorship. I don't know if they'd sponsor this kind of game from their team. They should really rethink that. Oh my goodness, big foul. You're not, oh no. You're not allowed to say that about him. And there's a Jalen on the other team, that's crazy. Alright, let's see if Cole Anthony can ruin our day again. He's got really good dribble moves. He knows how to get inside. Inside what? He won't say, but he's just, he just gets by. He just gets by. He does that with the when you play computer games too. Or when you simulate computer games or whatever. However you want to phrase it. When you watch the games, Cole Anthony knows how to finish in the game of basketball. I don't know about other aspects of his life. We're going straight to Jalen Duren. Easy peasy. Easy decision making there. Wide open lane. Wendell Carter is late. He's got a guard. There's a reason he wears those goggles. Good job, team. We're doing great. I like this. Team that we've cooked up for ourselves. I always keep Cade, Jaden Ivey, and Jalen Duren just because they're all good. I think they're all good. Despite what Monty Williams would have you believe about Jaden Ivey, I still think he's a good player. who can only get better. Go to the basket, Jalen. Oh, no, good thing. Oh my God. I was about to say, good thing he can get an offensive rebound, and then he just gets absolutely hacked. Unfortunately for you, he's a decent, I was going to say good. He's a decent free throw shooter. He's easy for him to make. In real life, I think he shoots like 60% from the free throw line, which is not that good, but in fact, it's actively not good, but this is 2K, so nothing is real. Cole Anthony getting by Cade Cunningham once again. Let's ice him. I'll take a timeout. We don't want him to take. We don't want to have too much going on here. We don't want Cade to get into foul trouble. He's not our best player by the numbers, technically. Technically, that's Julius Randle, but he's definitely the leader of the team. There's no way I'm calling Julius Randle the captain. It's definitely Cade's team, so we want to keep him on the floor as much as possible because I believe he also has, if he doesn't have it now, he will have it soon. He has floor general. He might have alpha dog pretty soon. Let's give Cole Anthony the works. Since Cole Anthony has been just dribbling around us, we gotta take it back to him. Oh no, he had an open lane. I don't know why he passed that ball up. But he did, so let's just make the switch. It's not a big deal. I don't care if Wendell Carter shoots a 3. He is a good shooter, but if he makes it, it is what it is. Oh no, I missed an open layup. Oh man. Cade Cunningham. Oh no, 2 missed open layups in a row? Now we look like the Pistons. Jesus Christ. This really is the Little Caesars Arena. Oh my goodness. Let's run a play for Julius Randle. And by run a play, I mean just get him near the hoop. And 3 missed open layups in a row. God damn, Monty Williams is happy right now. That's exactly what he wants from his Pistons team. Let's just put Rudy Gay in. Fuck it. Why not? Why not? Only Gay can save us. Honestly, that's Julius Randle. I'm used to play. Positional play calling, Rudy Gay. Pick and roll wing. Why not? Oh, Cade Cunningham with the easy bucket. Except he missed. Thank God Jalen Duren is a rebound fiend down there in the post. Oh my God. I thought I excellented that, but I guess not. I guess he didn't want that ball going in. But that's fine. We still got 2 points. No way. That should have been a foul. He was not quite vertical on that, I don't think. But we live with it. We live with it. Julius Randle's squaring up. He's got to make the first one, probably. He does. And he's going to look at the hoop dramatically and sink the second one. I do like Julius Randle's, I think it's just so funny that he just kind of dramatically, like he's in a movie or something, he just kind of looks at the hoop. Oh man, tipped out of the way by Julius Randle. Good job. Just pass the ball. No, I meant to just regular lob, not lob. I meant to high pass, not alley-oop pass. Oh man. Send me a pick. That was terrible. And yet, Gay saves the play. Good job, Gay. Terrible defense by me, followed by great defense by me. Give it back to Cade Cunningham. ISO Cole Anthony. He can't stop us. He's too little. Damn. He was just big enough. I just realized Rudy was yelling his name. He was probably open on that play. My bad. I'm not used to being able to hear the player chatter. Oh my god. Tough layup for Jalen Duren. But he does what he does. Oh man, that was an open three. Thank God he's cold and he was afraid to take it. Oh my god. Jaden Ivey. Good job. Good job, buddy. Illegal screen. What a loser.
Third personal foul.
Look at that. Cole Anthony almost got a hug from Cade.
Substitution on the court.
Put the bench in for the remainder of the half. That is not who I meant to pass to, but give me down here. Give me down low. Give me Isaiah Stewart. Oh man, he got blocked. Oh man, he missed a layup. Never give me Isaiah Stewart ever again. Oh no, Alec Burks guarding Wendell Carter. Okay, that could have been horrendous, but it was not. We got a mismatch here. Where's the other half of the mismatch? I don't know. They must be playing Franz at the shooting guard or something, because that does not look like a mismatch. Good hustle from Isaiah Stewart, but he just could not get the ball. He was diving to the floor. Good job, buddy. You did your best. Michael Conley? All right, let's get Joe a screen so we can oh wow. He didn't even move. He didn't have to move. Franz moved before he moved, so he was just like, "All right, I'm just going to stay here." Good job. Mosif Wagner. Good job. Oh my god. Threw it at his back. Let's give you a cut. No, I didn't mean to. I passed that way too early. My bad. I tried to throw it over Bol, who's like 7'3" or some bullshit. Terrible decision making. Terrible decision making. Let's actually run a play. Why don't we run a play? Let's just pick one. Give 53 horns quick. That seems right. No, they're just... Okay, it worked out in the end. Franz Wagner just keeps getting switched onto Mike Conley, and it's just a huge mismatch. It's just not good for us. But that's okay. It feels weird not having John Wall be my go-to off the bench. I usually just sign John Wall because he's basically free. I mean, he's still on this team, but he's our third point guard option. That's usually not the case. Usually we just get a worse point guard than John Wall, so we don't have to make these hard decisions. But Mike Conley was too good to pass up for Jaden McDaniels. You just have an open layup. Or not. Bol, I forgot, is absolutely massive. Let's give it to Mitchell Robinson. Let's do a little post work. Let's do a little shimmy. A little fake. Hit him with the hook shot. Draw the foul. Okay. And then take the worst free throws on earth. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. It's okay. We made one. They could have been horrendous, but it was not. I don't want to talk about it. Let's see if we can't get an open lane for our boy. Never mind. I fucked it up because I was so surprised at how open Isaiah Joe was. I surprised myself. Please don't pass that to Bol Bol. He's too big. Oh no. He missed though. I was trying really hard. Alright. Let's try this again. Give me an open lane for Michael Conley here. I do not want a 3 from Mitchell Robinson. But these things happen. If that was Jalen Duren, I would have took it, even though Jalen Duren also can't shoot very well. I still would have taken it. Oh my God, Mitchell. He's got 3 fouls already? Putting Bruno in for the last 40 seconds. There's no way Mitchell Robinson is not falling out of this game. He might be gone at the trade deadline, I won't lie. I don't want this ball in Alec Burks' hands. Although he is a good playmaker, actually. He's just not a good dribbler here. We got to do a hook shot. Thank God. Thank God I'm goated. Mike Conley's tired, but that's fine. The whole squad is tired, and it's about to be halftime anyway. Pass it upwards to Alec Burks, because I don't care if he misses. Do a turnaround. Oh, I thought that was going in. All right, that's the end of the first half. We basically doubled their score. When I played a game earlier with the team that had Paul George and Lauri Markkanen on it, I had 108 points. Well, I had 78 points after the first quarter. So I ended the game. It was just an absolute blowout. This is a closer game. This is a much closer game. Also, we're trying out plays and shit. So it's fun. I'm liking our new squad. I think we picked up a good team to rebuild our squad with. We kept our core tenants. We kept Isaiah Stewart. Kept Alec Burks. And we just added some great two-way players. I think this is a good team for us. We're destroying them. Although not as badly as I usually do. I've played this game a million times because I play like 1 or 2 games. Well, I play a few games and then I'm like, I get annoyed and then I just sim to the end of the season. Cade, why are you tired? Put John Wall in. Put Jonathan Walliam. Huffing that John Wall pack. Randall. The one thing I don't like about 2K23 is that the drive of the quarter is always just like the first layup. Almost, it's not always, but almost always. It's just like the first layup that occurs, which is usually not a great layup. All right, I don't know what Paolo was doing. It is his rookie season. He doesn't have that IQ that he has now, I guess. But oh my God, get crossed the fuck up. Markelle Fultz was stuck in place and I didn't even recognize it.
Second personal foul. First
John Wall has like a 67 free throw. It's not good, but I've used enough John Wall in my day. I used to play when I used to play against one of my friends pretty much every day for like 5 years. And I would play against he'd be good teams like the Bucks, and I'd play him with like the Pistons or like the Kings at the time, which were not good before De'Aaron Fox. And teams like the Wizards, which in 2K16 or 2K17, I can't remember, it is John Wall, Bradley Beal, Otto Porter is the starting 3, Markieff Mortis is the starting 4, and Marcin Gortat. Not a great lineup, but I love John Wall, and I liked Otto Porter, and I didn't really give a fuck about Bradley Beal. So I would play the game, and then Bradley Beal would have like 8 points, and then John Wall and Otto Porter would have like 30 plus each, because in that game you could just hold forward to the rim and John Wall would do 360 layups like pretty much every time, or he would just dunk on you. And then Otto Porter was like lights out from the mid-range. So gonna head out, have a good rest of the stream. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the simulation. But I would just play the Wizards and just go off with John Wall. Pretty much exclusive. That was an illegal screen, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Also, I used to play the Kings before they were good. And they have a guy I can't remember which game it is, but they had for a few years a guy named Costa Koufos. Costa Koufos was a center. He had like 25 speed. He was not good at all. He was like a 68 overall or something like that in the game. And one time my friend was playing the Kings and he got a block with Costa Koufos, got the rebound, ran it all the way down the court and scored and won with a foul with Costa Koufos. And that entire possession, we were just laughing our asses off. So from then on, it became, because the announcer would be like, when you get the stop, run down the court on the fast break and make the shot, they'll be like, oh, the player's name coast to coast. It's called running coast to coast. His name is Costa Koufos, so the announcer was like, Costa Koufos, coast to coast, or something like that, and we were just dying laughing. So it went from coast to coast, and it became coast to coast. So every time we would play the Kings, Costa Koufos would play the entire game. He would put him in at like point guard or something, so he doesn't inbound the ball. He gets the inbound from the ball, and we would just run him dry until he got a coast to coast. He became Mr. Coast to Coast. He was the best player on the Kings, obviously at 68 overall, and there was just no stopping him. I don't know who the fuck that lob was for. It was supposed to be for Jalen Duren, but it definitely wasn't. But that's the legendary tale of Costa Koufos, or as I like to call him, Coast to Coast. Coast to Coast. Oh my god. 360. Whew. I didn't mean to do that, but I did it. I scared myself. Coast to Coast is a hard name, though. It is hard. It was hilarious. These guys are tired.
Second personal foul. Team second.
I don't know why. I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, Coast to Coast was like prime 2K. Easy lane. What are you doing, Wendell Carter? I didn't even have to draw up a play. I just ran at the hoop and Wendell Carter didn't know where he was. Get me out of here. I don't like this matchup. No! Okay. Costa Kufos. It's also where I discovered Joe Ingles was in 2K. Joe Ingles is... I love Joe Ingles, by the way. But he is just... Have you ever watched him, like, play in real life? He just looks so out of place. He just looks like a stepdad, and he's always looked like that. He looks like he's about to go grilling in his, like, strapped sandals. In, like, a white t-shirt and shorts that are too short, but they're cargo shorts, so they have a lot of pockets. Like, that's what Joe Ingles looks like. So, my friends and I just started calling him Daddy Ingles in, like, 2K16 or whatever. Because that's just what he looks... He just looks like a dad. Daddy Ingles, coast to coast. Coast to Kufos, coast to coast. Coast to coast. Who else? This is just a terrible possession, but we needed to throw it up there somehow. I don't know. A lot of iconic 2K moments in my life. Jalen Duren has 20 and 14. 22 and 14. Good job, buddy. Usually I like break the block record with him in like the first game of the season, and then the steal record with John Wall, and then it gets a little out of hand, but... Because we're kind of messing around here. Oh no, wide open. Just put the bench in. Everybody's tired. Behind the back. Great passing from the team. Good baseline drive from Jalen Duren. He is fatigued, but he's doing his thing out there. Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey do not have that many points. Jaden McDaniels only has points. But that's okay. They're coming out of the game anyway. Just put the whole bench in. Let me see, actually. Yeah, put the whole bench in. I don't really know how to create with Mike Conley yet. I'm kind of using him like John Wall, even though that's not what you should be doing at all. What a phenomenal pass. Holy cow. Look at that. No look, behind the back, bounce pass to Mitchell Robinson in the open drive. Dunking over Cole Anthony, almost taking himself out because he didn't expect that. Oh my God. Contest. Mike Conley. Alec Burks also hasn't done much for us, but that's fine. He's just a body on the floor at this point. He's missed most of his shots because I've pretty much taken only contested shots. 43-point lead is wicked work. Usually I won't lie to you, I have like 150 points by this point. Usually somebody has 30 points by now. Cade Cunningham usually has a triple-double. Jalen Duren usually also already has a triple-double. It's just... 2K is just too easy. That's why I got really into the simulation aspect. Open shot. Wendell Carter cannot help quick enough. Like, I'm streaming, I'm commentating my own game. Like, it's too easy. Although I have made some really terrible decisions a few times. But it is what it is. We'll pretend like I'm playing through OBS or something, and it'll make up for it. Although I think Mike Conley should come out. think John Wall should actually get some minutes. Let's play. Actually play Bruno Fernando for now, just so we don't foul out Mitchell Robinson. Oh my God! Thank God that was called for an illegal screen. Mike Conley was stuck. I was stuck. I was controlling him. You can tell from the purple ring. I made it purple to match myself. Let's get John Wall in here. Let's run a play. Let's have Stewart screen off the ball somewhere and see if he can't get somebody open. Isaiah Joe just wide open. You just can't be doing that, man. It's just unnecessary. I don't really know what to do with Isaiah Stewart. I've been trading him a lot recently instead of keeping him. But he's producing. Oh my God, Bruno Fernando tried to dribble the ball. That's a terrible idea. Thank God. I do kind of miss Robert Covington. He's only good for 1 year until he gets really old and bad, but he's a great defender. Great 3-and-D player. That I can play at the 3 if I need to. Woo, what the hell is happening here? Gonna leave Alec Burks open, and I cannot get his shot down because I have never used him in my life. My friend used to use him because he was a Jazz fan. So when Alec Burks was on the Jazz with Derek Favors, that's a name you probably haven't heard in a long time. Could have signed Derek Favors, to be quite honest with you, instead of Rudy Gay, but it is what it is. Paul Millsap, Derek Favors, Serge Ibaka. It was their league once upon a time. There were power forwards aplenty. Now there's like none. His free throws is actually garbage. I think Mitchell Robinson's is probably easier to make. So, well, I might be right about that. Don't try to dribble the ball ever again, Bruno. You're not allowed. Split the difference. Easy peasy. Cole Anthony. Oh my goodness. For your piss. Did you guys hear that? I don't know how loud the game is compared to my voice. For your piss. At the line for your piss. I don't know how he missed that. He's got like a whole 6 inches on. Never mind. On Isaiah Stewart. Alec Burks, you gotta pick it up. You gotta pick it up, buddy. At least get an assist. Make the switch. Why did you switch on to whatever? I don't control the computer. Whatever. No way. Not with John Wall in front of you. That was crazy. There was no chance that layup was going in. You can tell my stick is drifting. Usually John Wall averages, when he's on my team, when he's my 6th man, he's now my like 8th man or something, my 9th man maybe, which is crazy to think about. But when he's my 6th man, he usually averages like 18 and 12 assists or something ridiculous. Alec Burks with the insane circus alley-oop layup. What the hell? You didn't need to do that. You didn't even hit backboard on that one. If only his shots looked as clean as that one did. Imagine getting tipped twice. Imagine. John Wall is out there dugging on you, Cole Anthony. He just poked the ball out of your hands 3 times in a row. John Wall from the mid-range. His worst, I think his worst shooting area on the floor. Oh, I thought we could make it 4, but I guess not. Oh my God, Cole Anthony. Really good at dribbling the ball around in circles, for sure. Amazing hustle from Isaiah Stewart. What the heck was that? And we have 2 guys named Isaiah, I just realized. No way. If Jonathan Isaac made that, I would have just forfeited the game. There's no way. I guess we play the rest of the quarter. Or the rest of the game. Just absolutely destroying the Magic here. Just putting him in the grave. Let me see the assist of the game. I don't want to see these children dancing. I want to see the assist of the game. Cade Cunningham to Jalen Duren. I feel like there was better assists. I feel like Mike Conley should have been the assist of the game. Oh my God, that no look behind the back to Mitchell Robinson. That was insane work. Oh no, they've given up. They're playing Michael Carter Williams. 71 overall. Michael Carter Williams is in the game. They have given up any hope. And he got blocked by Cade Cunningham because Cade Cunningham is just, he's just too big. He's just too large. Oh my God, $13 million Gary Harris, who wasn't from Michigan State, but I don't really like him that much. Oh my God. Oh my God. Crazy work. If Mo makes this, he's a god, but he's not a god. He's just a mortal man. And Michael Carter Williams is not good enough to stop Cade. Crossover. The easy lay-in through the contact. You had all your stock in Michael Carter Williams when he was drafted? You know who I liked? Okay, the 76ers had just insane draft picks that they did nothing with. Michael Carter Williams, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Jahlil Okafor, Markelle Fultz, probably some other guys that they just did not do anything with. The one guy I thought was going to be good because I was a kid. Well, I wasn't a kid, but I was younger. Was, oh my God, Cade Cunningham with the crazy dunk. He doesn't get up like that all the time. One guy I thought was going to be good from that huge 76ers rebuild was Jahlil Okafor. Not because I knew anything about Jahlil Okafor, but because I know the name Okafor, because I liked playing NBA Live 07 with the Bobcats, and they had Gerald Wallace and Emeka Okafor. He just blocked that with his screen. What the hell? That was unnecessary. But they had Emeka Okafor, so I knew the name Okafor, and I was like, those guys got to be related. And they are. They're like uncle or cousins or something like that. But he was not good. Jalen Duren is exhausted. He's played 4 minutes after taking a huge break, and he is just dead inside. Poor guy. I cannot believe I missed that.
Morris Wagner. Assist from Michael Carter.
I'm glad that Markelle Fultz has found a place. I'm glad that Ben Simmons is okay now. He's not great, but he's kind of okay. I guess we just play the bench again. What if we put... What if we ran this lineup? Mike Conley, John Wall, Isaiah Joe, Isaiah Stewart. Have two only point guards with no secondary positions out there because John Wall can set screens and then run to the hoop and then get insane dunks or three-point plays. That works too.
Defensive foul. Gary Harris.
Yeah, fuck you, Gary Harris. He is from Michigan State, right? Like, I didn't make that up. I didn't make that up. Okay, I didn't make that up.
First team foul.
My starters don't even have to play. They're all exhausted anyway, but... Good layup from Michael Conley. Holy cow. Getting the clutch layup in. Double clutch? I don't know. He did a move. He did an acrobatic move. No way Caleb Houston is just working me like this. Absolutely not. I just heard a lady in the crowd go, "Good D." And you know what? I'm going to believe her on this one. Bol closes out faster than you think, huh? I thought I had an open shot.
Detroit foul. Mike Conley. Second personal foul. First team foul.
There's one thing that I don't really do that I realize the computer does a lot. I was watching some CPU versus CPU games with the sliders and everything that I had set properly earlier this week. And one thing one thing the computer does, other than take forever and actually run plays and use the whole shot clock and all that stuff, one thing the computer does is fake pass. Oh no, my chat died. Standing layup for my boy. There's a fake pass button. It's yeah, Michael Carter Williams just did it a second ago, which is why I was talking about it. If you hit Y and B at the same time, fake pass, and you can kind of angle it and stuff. I just took a mid-range jumper with Mitchell Robinson. That shouldn't be allowed. That shouldn't be allowed. But yeah, there's a lot of controls. Where are the controls? They're over here. You can do every different kind of layup, every different kind of dunk, different gathers, tons of different dribbles, but there's like a lot of different passes. You can lead the open man, you can give and go. It's pretty fun. John Wall with a and one. I'm going to take this opportunity to reload my chat. Chat, come back. Oh no. Well, I guess we'll just have to pop out the chat. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. My Opera just died. Please don't crash. Computer, please don't crash. All right, well. We'll get that back in a second. We'll just let it run its course so it doesn't kill my computer. Mike Conley. Isaiah Joe is actually a shooting guard point guard. He's not, he's like 6'3". He's not, I don't think he's quite big enough to be playing small forward, but we have him in at small forward. Just because it's the end of the game and why not? Oh my God, Gary Harris. You're too slow. Oh no, Bull is cooking me. Suns legend Bull. He's just been, he's had my number the whole game. Except, don't let me get the turbo button activated. Come here. No, Goga Badanzi. I don't even know if that's... Bataze. Sorry. I've never heard your name spoken out loud because I don't play the game with sound on, and you do not get minutes in real life. Look at Isaiah Joe. Somewhat athletic dunk. He's not John Wall out there, but he is pretty good. Can we get this rebound without fouling? Well, whatever. If Isaiah Stewart's not on the floor, I expect him to foul. I expect him to hustle. If he doesn't hit somebody, it's not a real game. Punch Draymond Green in the face a second time. See if I care. Do your job. Jalen Turner is exhausted. As he should be. He's player of the game. And they didn't show the highlights. That happens sometimes. Sometimes they don't show the highlights, and then they show the highlights while I'm trying to play the game. And it's not good. See if we can take a timeout. See if Jalen Duren can be alive for a second. He does not have the stamina when you make him jump around all the time. And I missed another layup with Jaden Ivey. That does not happen that often. But I did it twice in this game. Jaden McDaniels doesn't have a lot of points, but that's because I've barely given him the ball. Same with all my guards, really. Except for John Wall, I think, is my leading scoring guard. Off the third string. He's got like 20 points. Let's give it to Jaden Ivey. Let's run a play for Cade. Let's run a real play. Fist 71 down. No. He said bad screen, chicken wing. My bad. At least he owns up to his mistakes. Good job, Jaden Ivey, for being a real one. That was a terrible screen. Never do that again. Cade is just... He just lights out from the mid-range. If you can get a little bit of space, there's a little step back. Orlando basketball, huh? Give me that. No way. Absolutely not. Gary Harris is not getting by anybody at his ripe old age. Gary Harris needs to go back to playing starting minutes next to Will Barton And then maybe maybe we can talk about how much space he can create. The Magic are not playing the song after this one. Absolutely not. They're gonna get beat by 100 points for sure. First time shooting free throws with him, I think, unless he's already shot some this game. Can't remember. Give me that. Michael Carter Williams. Just scoop it up there. We don't need to do anything fancy, because it will happen again. Michael Carter Williams probably getting the most minutes he'll get all year. Until the next time we play the Magic. He's going to have 4 played games this season, and they're all going to be against us. Julius Randle. We got to take you out. Might as well put Mitchell Robinson in. Jalen Duren comes out of the game 30 and 19 with stick drift with 4 blocks, 2 steals, 13 of 14 shooting, 4 for 4 from free throw line, and 4 offensive rebounds. He's 6 dunks. He's coming out of the game with a good stat line. This is an open shot for Jaden. For Ivy. I'm so used to calling them their first names in my head, but those are not the names that they show you. They show you their last names on all the information and underneath the characters and stuff. This is just an open shot. Also, with like 5 guys with like the same name, I gotta start calling them by their last names. Oh my god. Aggressive block. Fighting for the loose ball. Get schooled. This is unfortunate. I probably could have simmed this after the at halftime, but pass out. I'll guard Bol with Cade Cunningham. At Cade's size and his skill, he can really just guard 1 through 4, to be honest, and some smaller centers. But I wouldn't let him guard a center, but he can pretty much guard 1 through 4 when he's healthy. Since everybody plays small ball nowadays, or mid ball, I guess. Everybody's 6'7", except for the centers. They're 6'9" these days.
Third personal foul. 15 foul.
Okay, you really don't need to be getting these garbage time minutes, or these garbage time buckets, but what do you mean? I didn't touch him. Look how sweaty Michael Carter Williams is. He hasn't had this much exercise in 6 years.
At the line for the Magic, Carter Williams, Michael Carter Williams.
Put Jalen Duren back in.
That'll be a Pistons timeout.
And you can't even make a free throw. You missed both free throws? You can't be doing this, bro. You can't. You just can't. This is so sad to watch. Missed essentially an open layup. He's looking like me in the first quarter. Oh no, Bol is their only good player still. Bol and Cole Anthony remain the only good Magic players tonight. Poor guys. Even Paolo couldn't get it done. Flips it up and in off the backboard. After this performance, I think Bol needs to have his jersey retired by the Magic. Nobody else is gonna show up for this team, it seems like. What the hell was that? Now we're just rubbing it in. Bowl, once again, the only good Magic player. He's not even on the Magic in real life. What a guy.
Penalty situation.
Julius Randle didn't score as much, but that's kind of because we have not given him the ball at all. He still has 16 and 18. 16 and 19 after barely touching the ball. And now we're just getting disrespectful. We won by 100 points. I had to get that dunk so we could win by 100 points. The Magic are not playing the song after this one. This is a good rebuild. We've kept our core pieces, kept a couple bench players, and we've made fair trades to get decent improvements all across the board. I think there's just no reason.
We hope you get home safe. We can't wait to see you very soon.
Oh my God, just telling the Magic after losing by 100 points that we can't wait to see you again. That's BM, PA announcer. That is BM. Look at these highlights. Gary Harris getting his shit stuffed in. Absolutely phenomenal game for the boys over here in the Pistons. Did we miss free throws? We missed one. John Wall missed one. Mitchell Robinson missed one. Jaden Ivey missed two. Bruno Fernando missed two. Everybody else shot pretty well. 30 and 20, 26, 14 and 4 on really good shooting. 18 and 9 with 3 steals on like 90%. Isaiah Joe shot 4 from 6 from 3. Jaden Ivey shot 18 and 7 pretty well. 16 and 9 for Julius Randle. Jaden McDaniels didn't do a whole lot on offense, but he was everywhere out there on the floor. Double-double for Mitchell. Mike Conley almost had a double-double. Isaiah Stewart had more rebounds than points, which is kind of insane. Alec Burks did not play well, but that's because I do not know how to shoot with Alec Burks. That's my bad. Phenomenal first game. Phenomenal first game. I don't want to be a Magic fan after that. The Knicks with Marvin Bagley and James Wiseman are next up. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to think about. Peyton Watson is getting better off the bench. Rudy Gay got like 1 minute in the game, and he still scored. He still scored. He got 3 minutes. He still got 2 points, a rebound, and a turnover. He was doing it all out there. What an insane guy. Let me see if I can't fix my chat so that I can see it. So that I can properly see it. Close this. Oh my God, I can see it again. It's back on the menu. The chat is back on the menu, boys. Okay, there we go. We just won't open Opera GX. We don't need to have Opera Studio. I think this is a successful rebuild. Let's see who got injured in the first couple of days of the game, days of the league. DeLon Wright, sore ankle. Chimezie Metu, bruised tailbone. Bogdanovich on the Hawks, bruised rib. He should be back in time to play us next week. Donovan Mitchell sprained his foot. They're just taking him out, even though it's a day-to-day. They don't want their best player getting absolutely destroyed. Precious Achiuwa. Good thing we didn't trade for him. We were thinking about it, but he twisted his knee, and he's going to be out for a few weeks. Poor guy. Maybe God's gift and God's will and promise and Grace and I forget the other girl's name. It's not Faith, but it's similar. Maybe they can pray for you, Precious. I think we should keep our lineup the same against the Knicks. Nah, we gave them. They still have Emmanuel Quickly and Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett and Josh Hart, Marvin Bagley. They still have Obi Toppin. They have Marvin Bagley and James Wiseman now. They got worse at power forward, but they got cheaper and similar at center, so not a terrible trade. Tibbs in real life would probably hate James Wiseman, but this isn't real life. Looking at the schedule, usually what happens is I play all four of these games, and then I play one. I either play the first Hawks game or the first Bucks game, because you have to play both teams back to back. And then I'm like, I don't want to play them again. And then I like sim to 2029 or some stupid shit, because I'm like, whatever. Let's play the Knicks. Let's see if Jalen Brunson's gonna cook us. Let's give them their city jerseys. We'll wear ours.
I find things you don't like. What's it been like for you?
Let's play one more game. Jalen Duren is not as good in this game. For some reason. Seems fucked up. Play Alec Burks. John Wall and Rudy Gay are still good, and they don't even play. We'll keep Isaiah Stewart because we want the big defense against Marvin Bagley. Rudy Gay is a good blocker, not a great defender generally. So we'll keep him out there. We can also play Jaden McDaniels off the bench. We could also... we could do that. We could play... No, we don't want to do that. I was going to say we could start John Wall, Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey at the 2, Cade Cunningham at the 3. I don't want to do that, though. We want to run our game through. We'll just keep... We don't want to get too crazy. We've already gone a little bit crazy. Jalen Brunson. Quentin Grimes over Emmanuel Quickly today. They're going to make him their 6th man. RJ Barrett still on the team. Marvin Bagley and James Wiseman round out the bigs. And you already know our team. And Julius Randle, 2nd game of the season, playing his former team that we stole him from. Benjamin Walker, 1st year as a coach. His career record is 1-0. He has not lost a game, and good for him. Good for him. Better than Monty Williams, for sure. All right, just to start the season, we gotta get Julius Randle some points. Except I fucked it up. I wanted to get a drive in. Well, whatever. Marvin Bagley going up, missing a layup, tipping it out to James Wiseman. That almost went out of bounds. Good thing James Wiseman has a very tall man with a very long wingspan. Otherwise, that was going out. He's not making this. In fact, he's not scoring. I'm happy we made this trade. Getting a violation on the first play of the game is kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. Let's try it again. There we go. Stuff it down on your replacement. Marvin Bagley, not a terrible player, but Pistons just don't need that many mediocre bigs. Great rebound from James Wiseman, not a great finish. Run in closer, Jaden. Cade. You're too big for Jalen Brunson to guard. By the end of the season, Cade gets to be at least like an 88 or a 90 overall. Jaden Ivey goes up. Jalen Duren goes up. Everybody goes up. I think we are going to have a tough time rebounding a little bit just because they Marvin Bagley and James Wiseman are both very tall. God, James Wiseman jumping. Easy peasy. Sometimes all you gotta do is fake it. Sometimes all you gotta do is fake it. Oh my God. That was a great tip, but thank God he didn't make that. That could have been very bad for us, as Cade was out of position. I think I could just shoot over Jalen Brunson? Probably, right? Sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect. I didn't mean to disrespect the playoff GOAT right now. I actually really like Jalen Brunson. I liked him on the Mavericks. I thought Dennis Smith Jr. was going to be better than he is, but just because of his athleticism. But he's bad. He's not very good at basketball, but he's not the worst point guard in the league. I think he's on the Hornets in this game. I don't know if he's still on the Hornets in real life, but oh my God. Poked out by James Wiseman or Marvin Bagley, one of the two. Thank God RJ Barrett picked it up and not James Wiseman. I can definitely beat RJ Barrett in a jump ball with Jalen Duren. Easy. Open three for Cade Cunningham. And he's hot to start the quarter. He's got 8 of our 12. This game is starting off strong. I do like these city jerseys. They're not my favorite though. The Pistons court looks way too bright with these city jerseys. This version of the city court. I would much prefer the 2024 city jerseys. These are also pretty good, but easy. Spread the wealth. Spread the wealth a little bit. Obviously, the best Pistons jerseys are the turquoise. I feel like people didn't like them at the time, but now they love them. I was about to say Cade Cunningham, but I said Jaden Ivey.
Detroit foul. Julius Randle. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Marvin Bagley's shooting pretty well to start the season. 13 points per game, 67%. That's actually really good for probably one game already. It's a normal game. Not an insane game like we put up in when we play, but I'm going in. No foul? Jaden McDaniels is on the ground and you don't call a foul, ref? What kind of officiating is this? Let's run a play. Let's do fist 71 down B. I'm just gonna stand here till it tells me to do something. We're going. Kick it back out to you. He's got the hot hand, but he cannot finish the layup. Damn, open three from Marvin Bagley. He's kind of putting me in my place right now. He's all over. No, terrible pass. Absolutely horrendous pass. What the hell? But we have a mismatch. And I'm going to back down Jalen Brunson all day. Let's just bully him. Do some extra fancy footwork for no reason. Just to prove a point. Don't get mismatched. Oh man, the mismatch continues. We need to take a timeout. I cannot believe Marvin Bagley III has given us the work. He said, "You traded me, I'm going to give it right back to you." Don't smile. Don't smile. Stop smiling. Jalen Duren is tired. Let's put Bruno Fernando in. We'll save Mitchell Robinson.
Once again, fans, make some noise for your next city answer.
Let's see if Julius Randle can make an open three. I said open three, but that was not open. Oh, we do not want to go up against James Wiseman here. I thought the shot was going in. I thought the step back was good, but it wasn't, so whatever. We do what we have to do. Shoot a three, James Wiseman. I know you have like a B- or C+ 3 or some bullshit. Nice. Tip from Bruno Fernando. I don't think... Quentin, no.